What's going on, YouTube? This is Neighborhood DraftKings Addict, bringing my top NBA DFS picks for Wednesday's 10-game slate. All right, guys, so let's get into it. So as you can see on the screen, these are the two lineups I ran today in the 2-game slate. The one on the right has was the one that I pretty much built during the video for Tuesday, and this one is one where I kind of just, I guess you would say, threw something together to try to fit in. Steph Curry really is what I was trying to do, but that didn't work out too well for me, man. I needed Ben Simmons in my lineup, but this 274 lineup would have cashed, alrighty, because the cash line was somewhere around 268. But all right, guys, so like, comment, subscribe on the video, please. Help out the channel. Also, cut on the bell notification so that way you can know when a new video comes out, because NBA season is fast and hard. So, also, guys, with these videos, I'm recording them the night before. Because like I said, there's a lot of information that comes out the day after. So if you're watching this video closer to the lineup block, you may want to make sure you're up to date on the news, because some of the plays that I have may have changed. So look in the description of this video. There's a link to my Twitter account. Go ahead and follow me, and I'll definitely be sending out any updates that I have to my quote-unquote plays. So, all right, guys, so let's get into it. So let's start off with point guard. So if we go to point guard, we got a couple of options, man, but it's a 10-game slate, guys, so you got a lot of places you can go. But for me personally, I focus on certain games. I look at the scoring totals, the team's pace, and some other things, and I focus in on a couple of games. But I do play multiple lineups, so I'll probably have around 30 lineups tomorrow. So that's just me personally. But again, you want to have your core pool of players, though. All right, so first up, guys, point guard, you got to have some James Harden. James Harden's at the top right here, guys, with, he's going up against New Orleans in a high-paced game. It should be high scoring. This guy has high usage. The ball is pretty much in his hands the majority of the time. He's taking most of the shots, all right, shooting free throws, doing a little bit of everything, rebounding, and doing it all. So definitely got to have some Harden, guys. Another guard that I like is going to be Dennis Smith Jr. This young man gets a matchup versus Phoenix, which gives up a lot of points. All right, so as you can see, they're 29th ranked versus the position, and their overall team defense is ranked 30. But again, this is a new season, but it's the same old Phoenix. So definitely like Dennis Smith Jr. I like this Denver game as well. All right, it's the late game right now. The totals are not out that I see, but I expect that to be a high-scoring game with Denver and the Clippers. But let's go down a little bit further. We got Patty Mills here in San Antonio. We know Tony Parker's gone. Ginobili retired. And so it's time for the young guns to take over, right? So I like Patty Mills in his spot versus Minnesota. And Teague didn't play defense. Let's just go ahead and put that out there. All right, so Patty Mills at 4.6K is a good value play if you're looking for some value at that position. Also, you got Jeremy Lin, who was a beast when he played in where did he play at? Oh, man, having a brain for it. Brooklyn. Yeah, so he did pretty good when he was in Brooklyn until he got hurt. Now he's on a new team playing for the Hawks, and Schroeder is gone. So guess what? Time for somebody to step up, right? So I like Jeremy Lin. Look at his dash rank, guys. He's ranked 99. All righty. So he's a good value play as well. He's only $4,000, guys. So, again, another good value play. But I think that's pretty much it. That's like my top point guard plays. Some of these guys are multi-position eligible, so that means they can play point guard or shooting guard. So just be mindful of that. So at shooting guard, oh man, my internet moving slow. There you go. All right, so of course James Harden at the top. We're gonna go ahead and move past him because we already talked about him. But I also like Gary Harris, guys. All right, he's going up against the Clippers, and I like his chances because again, if you look at his history versus the Clippers, he does pretty well, and he's only 6K. I expect him to put up about 30 DraftKings points. This guy can shoot the 3-ball. He does a little bit of everything. But I like Gary Harris in a game that's supposed to be high scoring according to Vegas. And so that's another option at shooting guard. All right, again, Patty Mills is multi-position eligible. But look at this guy right here, Wes Matthews. Again, in a good matchup, look at the defensive rankings. He's only 4.6K, and he's a starting shooting guard. And I believe he's actually going to be a starting small forward because that small forward is injured, Harrison Barnes. So this guy has a chance to put up a lot of points. As you can see, he averages around 25 DK points. a game. All right, and that's at 4.6K, which is a good value. Again, Jeremy Lin again, shooting guard. All right, go down a little further, and here go the guy right here, guys. Kawhi Leonard. Been a while since we've seen this guy play. All righty, we've been seeing him a lot on Twitter, right, with the laugh, right? Oh man, the internet is cold. But Kawhi is a all-around ball player, guys. He can score the ball. He plays defense. He can assist. He blocks. He just fills up the stat sheets, and you want that kind of guy, especially when he's in a plus matchup. All right, 29th work versus the opposition. It's a depleted Cleveland team. You know, I'm not quite sure how they're gonna do without LeBron James, but they got some new pieces, and so hopefully this game don't get too out of hand where Kawhi doesn't fulfill his value with being an $8,000 player. But I do like Kawhi Leonard, so I got him marked off here too, guys. All right, Tyreek Evans, I like him as well. If you look at his history versus this team, he has a pretty good history versus it. I don't know if it's because he used to play for this team, Memphis Grizzlies. All right, but Tyreek Evans is another high usage guy that has the ball in his hands, does a lot of scoring, does a lot of things for this team, and so I like him as well at 6.2K. To be honest, that almost seems too cheap for a guy that can put up 45 DraftKings points. So that's pretty much who I like at the shooting guard. And to be honest, I like Eric Gordon too, but he's too scoring dependent. But this guy catches fire again playing against his old team. He used to play for the New Orleans. And I like him as well too at 5K. So put him in the back of your mind there too. So, all right, let's go over to small forward. Small forward. We're going to see Kawhi Leonard on here again, but we already talked about him. But Giannis Antetokounmpo, man, if you see this guy in the preseason, he's been playing like a beast. So of course you got to have him in your player pool. And also this game, the Charlotte and Milwaukee game, is another game that I have on my radar too for my players. But Barton, I like Barton, but he's too inconsistent. He's you know, sometimes he's hot, sometimes he's cold, but he is in a plus matchup, as you can see by his dash rank. So that's another player that you could consider. But again, I like this game, the Denver and the Clipper game. All right, you got Wes Matthews again. I already talked about him. And Kawhi Leonard and Tyreek Evans. So that's pretty much our small forwards, guys. So next up, power forwards, Blake Griffin. All right, guys. So Brooklyn, you play bigs versus Brooklyn. All right, nothing's changed since last year. As you can see, the dash rank is 99. He's 8.2K. The guy's usage is ridiculous. He's gonna get the minutes, right? All right, and he's gonna get the shots up and the rebounds and the free throws and everything like that. So Blake Griffin is a good play, 8.2K. All righty, going up against Brooklyn. Next up, LaMarcus Aldridge. He's the big man in town now. Again, like I said, a lot of the players are gone. Kawhi's gone. Ginobili's gone. Parker's gone. And this team needs this leadership, and he's the big man on campus. So Kawhi Leonard, not Kawhi Leonard, what am I talking about? LaMarcus Aldridge at 7.3K almost seems like a steal, guys. Playing against Minnesota, Cat defense, they don't go hand in hand. So I like Minnesota. I mean, I like the Aldridge versus Minnesota. So let's go ahead and plug him in. AD, guys. Oof. He's going up against my Houston Rockets, and he's $11,000. But this guy does so much. Scores, blocks, assists. Man, look at this right here. 73 points the last game they have on record here. 73 points. All right. This guy here can put up 100 DraftKings points if you catch him on the right night. So you definitely got to have him in your player pool anytime he's playing in a high-paced game versus the Houston Rockets. So, man, and this is one of the highest-paced teams in the league. So a lot of shots going to be going up, and this guy here is going to get a lot of them as well. So add him to your player pool. All right, guys. But again, it's a 10-game slate. You can go a lot of different directions, but I'm just giving you my favorite plays at the moment. Carmelo in a new role on the Houston Rockets. I have to wait to see what the starting lineups are, but I heard rumors of him coming off the bench or something like that. So again, but Carmelo Anthony is a good option, right? Because the Houston Rockets are going to need a lot of scoring again to keep up with New Orleans. Because again, it's two high-powered offenses going against each other, and yeah. So that's what we got for power forward. And last but not least, We're going with our center position. All right. So at the top of the center list is going to be Nikola Jokic, and you know if anybody knows this guy, he can do a little bit of everything as well. You know, behind the back passes, shot blocking, shooting threes. This guy here is unbelievable. But he's $9,000, man. So I don't know if I'm gonna pay up that much because I want to pay up in some other areas, and I feel like I can get better value at the center position with some other plays. But Jokic is definitely somebody you want to have on your radar, and so is Andre Drummond. Again, he's going against Brooklyn. You play big against Brooklyn, rebound, shot blocking, scoring. He can do it all as well. All right, Andre Drummond. Put him in your player pool, guys. But DeAndre Jordan, man, he's in a new home. He's playing in Dallas now, going up against Phoenix. Again, another one of the games that I like. Gonna be two fairly good pace teams. Lots of shots are gonna be probably going up and missed. And this guy here is a rebounding monster and a block monster. So I like DeAndre Jordan in this spot. Again, he's in a plus matchup. You play centers versus Phoenix. Again, because of the team and their ability to defend a position is not there. All right. We already talked about LaMarcus Aldridge as a power forward, but Clint Capella, guys. All right. He's in a plus matchup, paced up at home. And if you look at his history versus New Orleans, he does pretty well, right? Because you got so many people that you have to guard in Houston, right? You got Chris Paul, you got Harden, you got Gordon, you got Gerald Green, you got all these shooters, and you know Clint Capella, when they're driving to the hole, comes free because they go to double the guy that's driving the ball, and he's getting lobs and getting points and blocking shots all day. So Clint Capella, somebody you definitely want to have on your radar, man. All right. We already talked about AD. All right. My value guy down here, guys. This guy here, man, I swear, every year, it all depends on how many minutes this guy get. But when he's in the game and when he's getting minutes, he produces. All right. He's at 5.9K, and that's Jonas Valanciunas. All right. He got a new teammate, Mr. Kawhi. All righty. So I'm hoping that frees up this young man here to score some points and to get some good DraftKings points for us right there, guys. But he's one of my value guys that I like. Keep him on your radar as well. Paul Gasol, you know, he's also another guy that catch him on the right night, he can put up a 35 DraftKings points, but he's always cheap because his minutes are inconsistent. All right, but we like Paul Gasol. Again, that San Antonio team is going through a rebuild phase, and so that may be something that you could take advantage of. So that's pretty much my top center plays, guys. So, alrighty. So, on the screen, you will see Draft Dashboard is an app that I use for my research. Something quick and easy because, again, it puts all the information right on the screen. Minutes, usage, fantasy points per game. As you see, the projections and stuff are zeroed out because there haven't been any games this year, right? So, but as the games go on, these numbers are going to populate and it's going to make it a lot easier for me to research where to go on each position on each slate. And as I like players, if I go over here to the lineup optimizer, it will actually optimize me a lineup based off the players that I selected. And again, once it does that, you don't have to keep this particular lineup. You can actually change it up. Like if I want to upgrade, I'm already at $5,000 actually, so I can't upgrade. But let's say I want to change Griffin for somebody else. Oh, no, let's change JVal because he's on the rank at 43. So let's say I want to change him. I just click on this and scroll down and I find the guy that I want to sub for him. So Kent Bazemore could be okay. I'd rather stick with JVal. Spencer Dinwiddie, he may be okay, but you get the point, guys. Malcolm Brogdon. All right, let's say I want to go with Malcolm Brogdon. I go ahead and just lock him in, and then I click save my lineup. All righty, and again, if I want to generate another lineup, I just hit randomize, and it does its thing. So there we go, another randomized lineup. But again, if you don't like it, you can always change it up. Alrighty, guys. But once you save all your lineups, if let's say you want to build 20 lineups, you go in there, optimize 20 lineups. You know, if you want to, you can lock in certain players. Like if I want to lock in Reggie Jackson and Blake Griffin for whatever reason, I can lock both of those up. Randomizing, as you can see, Blake Griffin and Mr. Reggie Jackson is in the game as well. So, Draft Dashboard, cool app. There's a limited time, 30-day free trial. Link in the description of this video. Check it out for $1 for 30 days. All right, give it a couple days, couple weeks. If you don't like it, cancel it. Not a big deal. But again, cool app, makes your research really easy. Puts it all in one place for you to see. On the front, you see recent injuries and, pretty convenient. So thank you guys. I'll holler at y'all next time.